To know a common ratio for Abu. So how do you harmonize? T to A is 2 to 3. To harmonize this ratio, this side by 3. Then you open it. This is 4. You have a clear ratio here of Tumaini, 6. Now you see this is how is equal to. So that ratio 25. So Sifuna contributed 15 over 25. Over 25 times 1 over 25 times 125 here 20,000. 20,000. So Sifuna 5 here once, 5 here 24. 3 times 24, that is 72,000. So Sifuna contributed 72,000. What about 120? 40. Okay, you just use a 40. Okay, you just use a calculator. This is a simple thing. Okay, you just use a calculator. This is a calculator. This is a simple thing. Okay, you just use a calculator. This is a simple thing. This is 48. 34, 24, 800. And what about the last person? And what about the last person? 5 here, 5. 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5, 24. 5 here, 4, 5, 24. 5 here, 4. Question 1, Sifuna 1,000. Which is question 1, Sifuna 1,000. Which next question? Next question. Mass, length, area, volume, surface area, mass. Its height is 2.4 meters. Surface area, be very keen with such questions. So you are told that a base of a rectangular, do that. So this tank, you are told it is 3.2 meters length. It contains water to a depth of 1.8 meters. So let me change the pen. 1.8, 0.8, then it contains water up to that level. So this is water. So this level that is containing water is 1.8 meters. So this height, so calculate the area that is not in contact with water, the area that is not in contact with water. The best thing to do is to do the height. So we draw a new rectangular tank. Very good. This is 3.2 meters. So they want you to find the area that is not in contact with water. So this is the new rectangular tank that we have that is not in contact with water, the upper part. So it's simple. You get the area that is not in contact with the water, which is 3.2 by 2.8. Pass 3.2 by 2.8. But it is times 2. It is this side and the other side. This side and the other side. So it is times, which is 3.8 by 0.6. This is 3.2 by 0.6. 3.2. It is 3.2 by 0.6 times 2. Then 2.8 by 0.6 times 2. That's all. That's all you need. So when we open this up, we just want to do multiplication, but you can use your calculator. So when we open this, it is 32 times 12. 32 times 12. That is 4,623. You add 4. So this is 3.8 area. Then what about this? That is 6,582. 633. 16,582. Just use your calculator. I don't have a calculator here, so I'm trying to do this, or I'll use a phone, but to 2 decimal places, that is 3.36. So this is 3.36 meter. 0 carry 1, 2 carry 1, 7.2 meter squared. So this is the area that is not in contact with water. What about in contact with water? You could have used, you use 3.2 times 1.8 times 2 plus 2.8 times 1.8 times 2 plus 3.2 times 2.8. I hope I'm very clear. It's also in contact with water. Very good. The question can also tell you if this tank was full, which is the area that is in contact with water, full and closed. Full and closed. So therefore, you could have done 3.2 times 2 plus 2.8 times 2.4 times 2, because it is this side and this side and the other side. Then the base, 3.2 times 2.8 times 2, if it is closed. So this question can be set. So we go to question 11. We are almost through. Just be patient. Just 6 more questions. So in the next law consists of a cylinder and a hemisphere. Solid is 22 centimeter. Find its. We have a cylinder, and this cylinder has a, told that the diameter here is 14 centimeters. Diameter is hemisphere is also 7 centimeters. This upper part is a hemisphere. Hemisphere is hemisphere. Hemi is half of a sphere. Then you are told that the total height here is 22 centimeters. But we know from here, you just know the radius of this cylinder is 7. Therefore, from here to here is also 7. So the remaining length from here meters. Class, I think you are getting me. So the question wants you, and then equally we have a cylinder. So we want to find the volume of a cylinder, and then we add to the volume of a hemisphere. Is given by pi r7 times, which is pi times radius. If diameter is 14, radius is 7 times height. Height of this cylinder is 15 centimeters. So what do you get here? 7 with 7 goes 22 times 7 times 15. So use your calculator, please. 22 times 7 times 15. Let me see if I can, this is 154 times 15. Use getting, I don't know if we are correct. Your calculator is kupatie pressure. This is 2310, but volume is given by into centimeters cubed. That is the volume of a cylinder. Then now we have the volume of a hemisphere. But the volume of a sphere is given by hemisphere. So therefore 3 pi r cubed divided by 2. This comes to 2 over 3 pi r cubed. So therefore you come and solve 22 over 7 times radius. When we solve this, you 44 36 19, correct? 6 15 carry by 3, 21 56 7, remainder 2, which is 0.67 volume squared is an area plus volume of the hemisphere, which is 67 centimeters, 18.67, 3028.67 centimeters. So class, the only formulas you need, which is given by 4 over 3 r cubed. Now I think it is in the assignments, if I'm not wrong. So how do you get the volume of a frustrum? So you get the volume of the large one is given by pi r squared h, is it? A third pi r squared h. That is the volume of a cone. Where, so smaller cone, which is a train from Butere to Nairobi. So from Butere to Nairobi. So the train left time at 23:50 hours and traveled for 7 hours 15 minutes to reach Nakuru. After 45 minutes stop in time in the 24 hours clock system, and the day to Butere going 350 hours minus 12:00, you get 11:50, 10 minutes to midnight. So 12:01 will be a Monday PM. So for 7 hours 15 minutes to Nakuru, it traveled for 7 hours 15 minutes. Just add what it traveled, that the time that it took to travel. You will get right there 0, you carry 1, you pay 5. So here is 0, carry 1. Nakuru at midnight. So when it took 7 hours, that is more 7:05 AM. Then is in Nakuru, told after 45 minutes stop in Nakuru. So it took, you get 7:50. So by 7:50 AM, he was still in Nakuru. Then the train took 5 hours 40 minutes to reach Nairobi. The train took 5 hours 40 minutes to reach Nairobi. You add again. This is 0. 5 plus 4 is 9. So that is 90 minutes. 90 minutes. 7 plus 5 plus 1 was 13:30 AM. But very easy thing. Very good. We are coming to what now. Then there is decimal. So be very careful with that. So you can also be told to leave your answer in 24-hour system. But given that sine, this is called sine, not sin. Sine x plus 60 degrees equals to cos x plus 50 degrees. Class, I want to explore the different ways by which this can be set, and I want to automatically score it. Find tan x plus 50. Now, number one rule, we are going to do the identity triangles. Identity triangles. We have the rules for the trigonometry plus sine squared theta equals to, but we are not going to apply it here. I'm just giving you everything that this. Then we also have another rule that states that sine theta over cos theta equals to tan theta. This is also another rule with the identity triangles. Let us work out the identity triangles that we have. Then I come and solve this. So the first identity triangle is this. This is 90 minus theta degrees. Second identity triangle is this. Oh, sorry. This is 90. My drawing is in a curve vitu zake, but is okay. This is 45 degrees. This angle is also height squared plus length squared into the square root. Which now the third identity triangle is this. Is an equilateral triangle, and then you divide here. This comes to 30 degrees, and this is 30 degrees. Now this is 2, 2, 1, 1. What is the height? Hypotenuse squared, which is 4 square, which is 2 squared, which is 4, minus 1 squared into, list down the tan 45, sin 45, cos 45. Then we go to sin 30, cos 30, tan 30, sin 60, cos, like that, like that. So when you come here, you say, we start from here, sin 45 degrees equals to, for 45 degrees. So sin 45 equals to opposite. This is the opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. So we go to opposite. Now sin 45 is 1 over, so sin 45 is root 2 over 2. Then you go to cos 45 degrees. Cos 45 is adjacent, which is 1, over hypotenuse, which is root 2. Again, you rationalized by root 2 by root 2. Two angles, 45 plus 45 equals to 90. 45 degrees equals to adjacent over, is equal to opposite over adjacent. So tan 45 equals to 1. Then you come to this other identity triangle, where we have SOHCAHTOA still, but we want to get sin 30. Sin 30 equals to opposite, which is 1. You take this triangle we are here, sin 30 equals to opposite, which is 0.5. Then we go to cos 60. Cos 60 equals to adjacent, which is 1 over hypotenuse, which is still half. So you realize that sin 30 equals to cos 60. Therefore, 30 degrees, these are in degrees, 30 degrees plus 60 degrees equals to 90 degrees. If you rationalize this, you get root 3 over sin 60 now. We've done sin 30, so we go to sin 60 degrees equals to opposite, which is root 3, 1. Hypotenuse. Sin 30 equals to, this is root 3 over 30. Sin 30 equals to cos 30. So this is what we have. Equals to opposite. When you have this plus these two. Our question says sin to find 30 equals to 60. That is 90 plus 60. So when you take these two angles degrees, is x, which is 60 degrees. So the square root of root 3 form. So the square root of root 3 form. So before I go this trigonometry, one can be told to find that it falls. Can be told to find that it falls in tan is positive, but 90 to 180. Tan is positive, but 90 to 180. If you are told to draw this quadrant, but 90 to 180. If you are told to draw this quadrant, 80. If you are told to draw this quadrant, sine of 180 minus sine of 180 minus, if you are told to find tan of 30, tan, if you are told to find tan of 30, tan of 180, but it will be the answer that tan of 180, but it will be the answer that you will identify that the tan of 180, but it will be the answer that you will identify that the you will identify that the to 30 answer, which is to 30 answer, which is to 7. But in this quadrant, the answer that you get, but in this quadrant, the answer that you get, which will be to, this can be set. You only do this exam. Sine to this can be set. You only do this exam. Sine to 40, 40. So if you are told 300 degrees, so if you are told 300 degrees, but if you are told to 60, but if you are told to 60, use, because you might end use, because you might end only sign is positive, but only sign is positive, but think that is well. The angle of elevation, think that is well. The angle of elevation. So let's say our point P, that angle. So let's say our point P, that angle, which is 10 meters from P, which is 10 meters from P. This angle, which means that this angle, which means that the cliff is dropping here. Again, the angle of elevation, the cliff is dropping here. Again, the angle of elevation view, come to it. view come to it. You elevate, unaangalia. If you elevate, unaangalia. If you stand the base, if you stand the base Q, just write don't have hypotenuse. Cosine. So therefore we foot hypotenuse. Cosine. So therefore we foot. So for we foot. So it which is at the same. So it which is at the same opposite with 2. It which is at the same opposite with 2. Formula. Degrees. Tan 30. 60 degrees. The triangle is root 3. 60 degrees. The triangle is root 3. 30. 30. Over adjacent with 3. By over adjacent with 3. By 3 over 3. 3 over 3. Into over 3. Into over 3. So x over 3 over 3. It over adjacently. It over adjacently. Kinly which is 1 over root 3. Kinly which is 1 over root 3 is root 3 and x equal to 3x crosses the other side is h. So tan 60. 60 tan 60. 60 is rule. When you further solve this 5, 10, 6. Solve this 5, 10, 6. And this thing with the 2 questions. So on binomial and of x up to that, hence approximate the value of x up to that, hence approximate the value. So this value 2 plus x is easy to construct. 1 plus 1 value 2 plus x is easy to construct. 1 plus 1 1 2. Pascal triangle. So the triangle is, then you do another 1, 3 plus 3, then you go to 1 plus 4 10. We have been the value 10 there. So from here the value of x, these are coefficients, x products add, so like that. So these two order 5 4 this in and multiply this. What do 0 is 1, we said yesterday. 2 times 5 10 is 8. 2 raised per 2 is 4. 5 is 10. Per 5 is x cubed. So this is x squared is x cubed. So this is x squared. The question once is raised power that they tell you 2 is raised power that they tell you 2 plus. The next part of this question tells you 2.03 x raised power 5 is the same as 5 equals, is inside here is equal to x. X equals to 0. Form equal to times 0. But it is, if you have to use a times 0. But it is, if you have to use a calculator because, so let's call 80 times decimal places 1 2. So let's call 80 times decimal places 1 2 0 times 0 0.0 40. 10 2 3 4 5 6. Then 0 0 7 4 significant figure 0.4 significant figure 0.4. Then the last question, class, then I give you assignment. Question 16. Now that last question, I want you to write down the simplify by rationalizing the denominator. Divide by root 3 a integer. Simplify by divide by root c. Now to divide by rationalizing the denominator. I repeat, numerator sign. Terms are only terms are only, but instead of by root, you don't have, so, but instead of by root, you don't have, so this will be root, just this will be root, just multiply what is in root 2 is minus this, then root minus root 2, then last, that is the numerator. Root 6, this is, it is a plus minus 1 with 3 plus 4 come here. It is a plus minus 1 with 3 plus 4 come here. This is root, this is root, this minus, so minus root 2, this minus, so minus root 2, no 3 plus, so minus root 2, no 3 plus, divide by 6 plus 5, you can, and our, to take this opportunity to thank you very much. Understood us. Do not have law, go to your teachers, let them learn, and your teachers let them learn, and I know in your exam remember to put toto wao mama, in your exam remember to put toto wao mama, unamtafutia